freedom from guilt and shame. My name is Caitlin, and that is what being a Christian means to me. So unlike some people you might know, I didn't grow up in a Christian household. My parents, while they loved me, did not love each other. So by the age of 3, I was bouncing between 2 homes and was constantly looking for belonging and affirmation in my life. To do this, I decided that the best way to have those things was to be the picture-perfect poster child. You might have had people in your classes who were like this. They got really good grades. They reminded the teacher when the teacher forgot homework. They were the teacher's pet constantly. Well, that was me. And to everyone on the outside, my life looked perfect. I did well in school, I had good friends, and all things considered, my home life was pretty decent. But what people didn't see was that behind closed doors, I was struggling with immense feelings of guilt and shame. What people didn't know is that I was dealing with a years-long pornography addiction which was taking over my life. I constantly felt like I had black paint on my hands, and no matter what I did, no matter how many good grades I got, no matter how much affirmation from my parents or my teachers I got, I could never quite scrub that paint off. It was at this time in my life that I met Jesus. I was invited to go to a church youth group, and I actually didn't think I would go back after my first week. I wasn't really interested in God or Jesus, and to me, religion was something that really didn't matter in my life. But I did keep on going back, and week after week, I learned a little bit more about who God was and who Jesus was. It was through this that I came to understand God's love and forgiveness. I learned that God loves me and accepts me for who I am, the good and the bad, the guilt and the shame. I learned that God forgives what I have done, and that this forgiveness also means freedom. Freedom from things like the cycles of addiction that I was trapped in, but also freedom from guilt and shame that I was feeling. It was at this time that I decided to trust in Jesus. And since then, I have seen God work in my life in countless ways. God has freed me from my cycles of addiction, and I've also seen Him free me from the guilt and shame which trapped me in those cycles. I have also seen God at work in my life in helping me understand that my validation and affirmation cannot be found in my parents or my teachers, but that God constantly affirms me and loves me because I am one of His children now. So this is what being a Christian means